Welcome to Ty and Rye, the Finance Guys Market Mini Report, a short podcast that updates you on the past week's important topics and trends. Remember, this is not an offer to sell, and past performance does not guarantee future returns. Here are Ty Hansen and Ryan Robertson. Hello and welcome. Market Mini Report ending today, June 9th.
That's right. We survived another week.
Whatever this, or July 9th.
Yeah, not June 9th, July 9th.
July 9th. Starting
We've been doing this.
July 5th.
We've been doing this long enough. We're actually into another month.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's kind of
already
cool.
July, and it will be 115 degrees out today.
Ooh.
Just for everybody who's interested.
Have fun with that, bud.
I will.
Ooh. Crazy.
So we got another good week. Post July 4th.
Yep.
And,
Quick recap.
Ty, we're looking to you right now. Give us
All right.
your pearls of wisdom.
Pearls of wisdom for this week. A little bit shorter week. Obviously, Monday, nobody traded. Really relatively flat. Now, it didn't feel like a relatively flat week. Definitely some
couple of dips there.
Definitely some rumblings in the market Thursday. And so the main thing that I want to come back to in just a second is this idea of fear-mongering in the marketplace.
Yeah,
okay?
A lot of that.
So yeah, from a news standpoint, pretty generic, nothing super crazy coming out this week. Jobless claims. This is kind of the little nugget that I just keep coming back around to this, and I think it's something that may prove to be problematic. So jobless claims or unemployment numbers were slightly up this last week. Although all the while more jobs are being created, right? So basically,
so weird. Honestly,
people are
such a weird.
Yeah.
People are fighting for unemployment, yet the number of job openings is growing. Pretty amazing.
Yep. Exactly. And that's where I'm like, okay, like extrapolate from that what you will, or think. Anyways, I don't want to jump into that too much. There are two or three main underlying themes that kind of have the market in kind of an uproar, and that's what I'm saying. I want to come back to that here in just a second. But again, just from a general standpoint, the markets were basically flat this week. Yes, we had a pretty good dip Thursday, but today, Friday, it's all recovered, right? Except for small cap still kind of getting its butt kicked. Cryptos, again, also pretty much flat. Still a few of those getting their butts kicked, but cryptos that's its own animal, right?
It is its own animal, and the funny thing about that
nuts.
Is I keep hearing a lot of bulls talk about Bitcoin coming back in July at some point.
Yeah,
but man, it has been flat for 2 months now.
Yeah, and it's funny because if they're bullish, right? They think it's going to go up. Why? Tell me why you think it's going to go up.
Yeah.
Because now let's get to this point of the fear mongering, right? So an interesting piece of data this week: the 10-year Treasury is actually dropping. Right, we're down into the low 1% range, 1.1, 1.2, right? Which back from our high. So this is what's crazy, and this is where I want people to understand that, like, okay, we want to get above noise, right? We want to make better decisions that are more like, okay, yeah, we understand what's going on, we take that into account, but how do we make better decisions, for a longer term basis? Because back in March, the same 10-year Treasury was on its rise up to that 1.6, 1.7 range, right?
Right.
And the market sell off 3 or 4%. Why? Well, this indicates higher interest rates. It's inflationary. There's fear there. Oh crap, let's sell off.
Right.
Well, the only thing that the market's attributing this week, the big part of the sell-off to, is the 10-year Treasury's down. It's like, so wait a second. You said it was 10 up, and we're selling off downward. It's slowing in the economy. It's like. Oh, like this is my point is like you can tell the story either way. Okay. Yeah. Now that doesn't mean, and I know we're just trying to talk about the week here, but I also want because we keep seeing the same themes kind of recycle every week. But the big picture for the year 2021 that I want people to be mindful of is, inflation is still a scare, right? The markets are still we need to be cautious right now because we've printed a ton of money, right? Which can really mess with inflation. Interest rates are kind of wonky, and we know they need to go up. and we've got a lot of debt. Like we're just getting more and more in debt as a country. So that's a bad recipe, right? Now, does that mean the market's going to blow up tomorrow just because we're at all-time highs? No, like again, there's still economic output right now. So we're still, again, back in March when the 10-year Treasury was on the rise and everybody's like, oh, this is it, the big sell-off, run for the hills. If we would have pulled out of the market and stayed out of the market, like we talked about since last, February, March?
Yeah.
Market's up 10% since then.
Yep.
So, yeah, the end was here, right? It wasn't. Again, and I know it's easy to look back. Hindsight's always 20/20. But again, my point is, looking forward, yeah, there's things to be cautious of, but let's take it a step at a time. Let's not overreact. And 98% of the crap that's being regurgitated in the market is fear-mongering, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pessimistically optimistic right now, if that makes any sense.
Wow.
So anyways,
I don't
yeah,
know if that's a
it.
term or not, Ty, but
I don't know if it
we'll
is,
go with
but it is.
I'll
So,
talk to my
okay.
therapist about it and see if it is.
All right, man. So that's the market this week. Flat. Still a little bit of caution in the markets right now, but all in all, we're still market GDP, economic outputs still looking good. So
Yeah, signs reporting
Yep.
fairly positive
Yep.
with some pessimistic optimism.
Optimism. Yes.
Thanks
right,
for
my
the
man.
input, Ty.
Okay.
Have a great week.
Have a good
everybody.
weekend. Thanks, bud.
Thanks for listening to Ty and Rai, the Finance Guys. This is our weekly market mini report. New episodes of this will be put out every Monday, so make sure you don't miss those. Also, the longer podcasts, more in-depth discussions, those will drop every Saturday. So subscribe on your favorite podcast platform or follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Ty and Rai Podcast. That way you don't miss any new episodes. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you have a great week.